What is up, YouTube? THATSA here, and today I'm finally going to be bringing you guys my Mega Sceptile Coco team QR code. I know you guys have waited super long for this, but I've had a ton of computer issues, as well as not enough time to get the game sync and everything required to make this QR code, but I finally have the QR code, better late than never. We're going to be running down the team. I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the QR code. I'm going to be showing you guys the moves in case you need a little bit of a refresher, and then I'm going to show you guys the EV spreads in Showdown. So the Pokemon we're going to be using are Alolan Ninetales, Mega Sceptile, Alolan Sandslash, Tapu Koko, Scrafty, and Crobat. You can see my items are all here. We have a Sash Ninetales, Mega Sceptile, Ground DMZ Sandslash, which I think is amazing, and also know that this is boosted off of Drill Run instead of Earthquake. I think that's much better because, once you blow your Z move, you still can't get wide guarded because wide guard's just so big this gen. Drill Run is much better if you have that option on Sandslash, and obviously you don't want to Earthquake your Ninetales or your Koko or your Sceptile, so Drill Run being a really good choice here. And then you have a Life Orb Tapu Koko. That's the discharge user to set up for our Lightning Rod Mega Sceptile. After that, we have Eject Button Scrafty with Snatch. Now, I did a video showcasing exclusively this Pokemon and how good it is. I think Scrafty is amazing this gen. If you don't eat Dazzling Gleams, Scrafty's going to win you so many games, and it's one of the team's best Pokemon against Trick Room teams. Also, it has Intimidate, which is amazing. And after that, we have the Inner Focus Poison DMZ Crobat, who, depending on when I upload this, there might be a video exclusively about Crobat either the day before or the day after I upload this. But this Crobat set is amazing. I don't really know how I feel about the Posinium Z. I was made to use this Crobat with a Life Orb, but I felt that Koko was a much better Life Orb user, and so I threw the Posinium Z on there so I could check Tapus. I didn't really fight that many, but the few that I did fight in laddering with this team, I got big one-shots off with the Posinium Z. I think I actually one-shotted a Bulu through Protect Which One, which was actually pretty fun. So that's pretty much the team right here. Like I said, I'll be leaving a link to this QR code so you can try it out for yourself. You guys can always feel free to ask me if you have any questions about it. After this, we're going to hop right into Showdown, and I'm going to show you guys the EV spreads I have in this team so you guys familiarize yourself with that, because I know when I use a QR team, I want to make sure a few things are, in order. I want to make sure there is enough PP on all the moves. All of these moves are PP max. There is, everything's, I want to know my EV spreads, I want to know the speed tiers, I want to, make sure, let's say you're leading Crobat versus Koko. You want to know that your Crobat's either faster than their Koko or slower than their Koko. You need to know those things, so I'm going to be leaving, I'm going to show you guys Showdown, so here we go. Alright guys, so here is the team in Showdown. I'll be leaving a paste spin of this as well, so you guys can look at it while you're playing your games or for whatever reason. We're going to run down the little EVs and just make sure all the moves are what we want them to be. So we're going to be running a Timid Ninetales with Speed Nature. I want to be able to go faster than, a bunch of other things. I could probably get away with Modest, but I'm just going to go Timid because that is the standard Ninetales set, and, there's no real reason not to go Timid. Note that we have Protect, Encore, and Roar. A couple people asked me why I didn't cut this mon for Abomasnow. The main reason is I don't have Abomasnow in game, so we're using Ninetales, but the other reason is Encore is really, really good. Sometimes you want to be able to snatch something with Scrafty, and then switch in your Ninetales on that snatch so you can snatch it you can continually snatch those moves and, waste their time. There's other plays where Encore is amazing, and the Roar aspect makes it so you can lead Ninetales Sandslash against Trick Room, and, if they would Crest or whatever, you can just roar that for a while, get a couple Swords Dances off until you can deal with it, and then, you go Ninetales Sandslash and just body them. So Ninetales Sandslash is a pretty safe lead if they have a sort of semi-room, Genie-ish, weather-ish lead. Ninetales Sandslash can probably do pretty well. So we're going to move on to Sceptile, and this is another big one. We're going to be running Modest Sceptile, and the reason we're running Modest is because, let's actually look at Mega Sceptile while we're here. So I'll show you guys why. So, Mega Sceptile. Alright. So it just cleared everything, it doesn't really matter. So we go 252. So it's 197, right? So you're at 197 if you're Modest. Right? So let's just put this in there. Now if you're Modest, you're 197. This is level 50, right? So you're 197. If you go over to the Koko here, Koko's 200 with the Timid. So the reason we're going 197 is so we can go, let me just put the moves in so I can still link this. 190, Focus Blast. Sorry this is taking so long. And Dragon Balls. Alright, so the reason we're 197 is obviously so we're slower than Tapu Koko, so Tapu Koko's discharge can proc our Lightning Rod on our Mega Sceptile. So it's pretty important to be modest instead of timid. Some people really like the timid, but then there's no way for Koko to go first unless you're using a Scarf Koko, which is a completely different team. So we are going to be going modest, because also you hit harder. That's 216 special attack is no joke. I mean, it's pretty strong. On to Sandslash next. We're going to be adamant on Sandslash as well. There's definitely a better way to optimize this EV spread. There is most definitely a better way to optimize this. Personally, I'm fine with this set. I used it in 2017 and it works for me. You're much faster than everything. If you have full speed, you're faster than Koko's, you're faster than Pheromosa. You're slower than some like fast Scarfmons. Like I think you're slower than like Jolly Kartana Scarf, maybe. Don't quote me on it, but you know what I mean? Like, you're only doubling it. So you're only going up to 234, Koko goes up to 200, so you can see how there is potential to get outspeed by certain Scarfmons. Remember that we're in Swords Dance here. It's really important to get Swords Dance off with this guy, because, you know, these moves aren't very strong. And Icicle Crash can miss, Drill Run can miss, so you ought to be able to pop your Z move if you need it. So Z move Sandslash pretty good. Going on to Scrafty here. Got the eject button that is so big. You can switch into... Like, there's so many plays you can make with the eject button. You hard switch in your Scrafty. Let's say I lead Mega Sceptile, and they have like a really big fake out user, and I'm like, well, I don't want to double protect and let them set up. How about I switch in my Scrafty, get a good double intimidate on the slot I know they're going to fake out. They fake out that slot. I bring back in either Koko or Sceptile, but I also got to hit with either Koko or Sceptile last turn, and a couple other plays that can happen. I can also use this to reset up my weather. I can go Ninetales Sandslash. I can hard switch out Ninetales out for Scrafty. Use a Swords Dance or Protect with Sandslash. Scrafty gets hit or not, and then I just hard switch to Ninetales, or I go for a fake out play, and then I rehave my weather. So Scrafty is an amazing Pokemon. I think Snatch on Scrafty is an amazing move. It is just so good. It steals certain support moves, and note, you can steal Wide Guard. You can take their Wide Guard and hit them in the face with a Blizzard, hit them in the face with a Discharge, and then also, you're not taking damage from your Discharge or your Earthquakes or whatever because you used Wide Guard. So it's pretty good. I definitely recommend the use of Snatch on Scrafty. This is just a full HP specialty set. I'm sure, like I said. Oh, I also note that I used Adamant. I used a full HP specialty with Adamant, and this is not optimal. This is just what I use. So if you guys have better Scrafty sets and Sandslash sets, leave those in the comments below, and we can definitely work those into future iterations of this team. After that, we have Koko. This is a standard timid set. We got Life Orb, Protect, Taunt, D-Gleam, Discharge. I was thinking about going Skydrop or Roar on Koko instead of the Taunt, but I felt that the Taunt was good because if they lead like another Tailwind setter, like against like a Pelipper or sometimes even a Steela, but you know, like Mandibuzz, you just want to taunt those. You're like, you know what? I don't want you sending up Tailwind, and this stops it. So against like Porygon 2, for example, like, you know, you just taunt those. You just taunt those. Don't need to go into Roars. Don't need to go into anything else. Just get that standard taunt and do whatever else you want with your partner. So pretty standard Koko here. I used the shiny one from the 2017 event to have the correct ball. I don't even know if you can change balls on Showdown. But anyways, yeah, I used the event one. So pretty standard stuff. And the last Pokemon is going to be Crobat. This one has a little bit of a weird EV spread, so that's why, one of the reasons why we're even showing this on Showdown. Poisonium Z standard, it's only going up to like a 140 or 150 off the Cross Poison, so it's not strong, but it's stronger than Brave Bird. So like, if you think about it, if you need the big damage from neutral, and you have the option to hit for neutral damage with Brave Bird or Cross Poison, obviously the Poisonium Z is going to go hit a lot harder. And Crobat has Inner Focus, which is one of the main reasons why I'm using it. It can set up a unfake-outable Tailwind or an unfake-outable Whirlwind, so you can stop Trick Room teams, you can have speed control, and also this Crobat set is a lot bulkier than most Crobat sets. It's obviously full attack adamant. Like, this thing, most people compare it to Talonflame. They're like, oh man, back in 2014, I used to hit so hard with Talonflame, put a Choice Band on that thing, put a Life Orb on that thing, and that was standard for like the past 3 years. Crobat has a higher base attack. Like, Talonflame I think is 80 or 85, Crobat's 90, so Crobat actually hits harder than Talonflame. And I have so much invested in HP, I have just enough speed to be faster than, actually this is level 100. Let's put that to 50. But I mean, the EV spread still makes sense. So yeah, so we're 162. I think this puts us faster than something after a Tailwind. There's a reason why we have this much speed, and I'm trying to remember the exact reason. Give me a minute. What are we faster than? I think it was, like Ludicolo or something like Ludicolo or Swampert or something like that, we're faster than those things after a Tailwind. There's a reason for this much speed, whatever, you guys will figure it out. But anyways, I wanted a little bit of speed for... Oh, it's faster than Lele. Yeah, it's faster than full speed Lele, right? So let's just put in a Lele and make sure. So we're 162, right? We're 162. And we're gonna go O&M another team. Let's just go into this one. So a full speed Lele would be 147, but let's put nature on it. 161. Aha, that's right. So like all these base 95 Pokemon, like you know, Lele, which can one-shot our Crobat, gotta be faster than that. Arcanine, all the main power Pokemon from like VGC 2017 that are still really popular. They're all base 95, which can go up to 161, and this Crobat EV spread, it goes up to 162. So that is the reason why we have this much in speed. You guys can disagree with me, but I'm being rather safe than sorry here. I'd rather just go full bulk in, like, you know, HP and defenses, but I'm putting this much in speed, so I'm still faster than base 95 speed Pokemon with nature. So that is the reason we're doing this. Other than that, guys, let me know if you guys have any questions about this QR team. If you guys find any major flaws with this team, I can definitely re-upload the QR team if you're really not liking some stuff. I'm going to say that this team has some kind of bad matchups against like hard Trick Room or like Ally Switch or Redirection Trick Room. You're gonna have to bring Scrafty and Crobat for those games, but for most games, I think you can probably get up to like the 1700s, just like rolling people's face with the Discharge Koko Lightning Rod Sceptile or the Hail variant of this team. So you have to maintain board control with this team, and if you can maintain board control without, like, you know, having Sceptile and Ninetales on the board or Sandslash and Koko, if you can have either just Sceptile and Koko or just Ninetales and Sandslash on the board at the same time, and if you can maintain that, you guys should be able to win some games. So as always, guys, I want to say thank you for watching. We'll be back with higher quality content as soon as I can fix my desktop. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.